When you're super rich and you live in LA, you like your cars fast and flashy. But even if you drive a Lambo or a Ferrari, traffic in La La Land is a total buzzkill.
In Los Angeles, probably your average speed is, 40 miles an hour.
Tom O'Gara gets it. He sells super high-end luxury cars in one of the most luxurious parts of the city, Beverly Hills.
Buying these cars is kind of like buying a tuxedo, and the expectation is, as a result of owning a tuxedo, that you're going to go to the party. But a lot of times the party never comes.
That's why O'Gara, along with some of the wealthiest people in town, are heading 2 hours east into the desert. For a party that's fast and furious. And your car always has a place to crash, as in its own private villa. More on these mansions being built just for cars in a minute.
There's nothing else that exists like it in the United States.
The easiest way to describe it is a high-end country club for car owners.
It's called the Thermal Club, and for your rubber to touch this private 4.5 miles of asphalt, you've got to be a member. And of course, it's not cheap.
Membership is $85,000, and we have a corporate membership that is $200,000.
This has got so much power.
Not a problem for someone like Tom O'Gara. Long before he started selling Lambos, he was in the defense business. His company used to make armored cars for the President of the United States.
I never, until literally 12 months ago, was never in a race car. Had always been in the car business, loved cars, thought I knew how to drive.
Another super rich amateur driver who practices on the track is the guy landing on it.
I like speed. Speed's fun.
Jim Slavic is a commercial real estate developer in Southern California and a founding member of the club.
It's very difficult to get good quality time on a racetrack. So here at Thermal, it's in our backyard.
The customers that we have are used to the very best in life.
And they want the best for their cars, too. Everywhere you look at Thermal, there's construction going on. When it's done, it will be a $120 million playground for super rich car lovers. Think private pavement meets exclusive golf resort, plus VIP country club.
That's why you see on our plans we have a spa, we have a pool, we have a kids center, so that those non-car enthusiasts in the family have something to do while they're here.
And something else you'll see on the plans, numbered lots.
We have 300 lots around the racetrack.
You've heard of life in the fast lane. Well, how about life on the fast lane, as in racetrack real estate?
You have to purchase real estate to be a member. So there's the membership fee and the fee for the lot.
You heard him right. 5- and 6-figure memberships at Thermal are only open to people also willing to buy land for their own private luxury villas. But they're not for people to live in. It's just for their cars.
And those garage villas will be a place where you can store your cars and show your cars. You'll have your cars under one roof.
And supercar lovers love the idea.
They understand what these people are coming for. They're not looking for another good meal, another great bottle of wine, another good-looking condo. They've got half a dozen of them.
So far, 50 of the 300 lots around the track have been sold. And the price for just one empty lot starts at $400,000. Land with great views of the track can run up to $850,000. And buyers will spend millions more to build a super garage for their super cars.
He has a life of a Hollywood sex star.
Hold up. Before we show you what's about to happen, let's explain something. Sex sells, especially when you're a thoroughbred stallion. You've seen them at the track. Thoroughbred racehorses worth millions of dollars.
The hundreds there, now 25.
And Secret Lives of the Super Rich has taken you to the most exclusive thoroughbred auction in the country, where billionaires battle it out for a chance to buy the next great champion. But all that is just a sideshow to the main attraction, the multi-billion-dollar thoroughbred breeding industry.
It's Goldman Sachs type money.
Meet George Bolton,
Don't you bite your owner.
an investment advisor from San Francisco who owns a multi-million-dollar horse operation.
I got you in the stall. I financed that. Don't hurt me.
You may remember him from last season in Saratoga Springs, New York. And now George is headed to the Bluegrass State, where most of these expensive baby horses come from. We are taking you behind the gates of one of the most exclusive breeding farms in the country, Lane's End. The horses here are worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
This is where the Queen has stayed on her visits to the United States.
That's right, the Queen of England has dropped by. Not once, not twice.
Well, the Queen's actually visited here 5 times. She and my parents were friends.
This is Bill Farish. His family owns the farm. And while you may not know the name, among the super rich, they're like blue blood royalty from Texas. Bill's father served as ambassador to the United Kingdom. And Bill's mother is an heiress to the DuPont fortune. Oh yeah, and they also created an oil company that later became part of ExxonMobil. So what makes the horses on this farm worth so much money? It all boils down to pedigree, their race record, and of course, how good looking a horse is. And the best horses get the biggest stud fees. That's the amount a breeder will pay for his mare to mate with a stallion. A single stud fee can start at tens of thousands of dollars and go all the way up to hundreds of thousands.
We all want to breed the next great racehorse.
George owns a stallion at Lane's End named The Factor. He paid $250,000 for the horse at auction, and this stallion has been one of his greatest investments.
He won 6 races and $1 million for me.
Now, The Factor has a few things going for him. He didn't just win some races, he set a world record for speed on the track. His bloodline connects him to some great racehorses, and he's pretty good looking too.
I'd say if we sold The Factor, he'd sell for about $10 million.
George retired The Factor from racing and gave him the life that all colts, and a lot of people, dream of. His days are filled with relaxation and sex.
Factor's Hugh Hefner. He just has 4 legs.
Now, very few people get to see what goes on behind these barn doors.
It's a very dangerous business breeding 1,200-pound horses.
2 very valuable horses are about to come together for a really expensive quickie.
These guys are serious, it's big money, and it's big risk physically to both the mare and the stallion.
But before the mare can breed with a stallion, the team has to prep her for what's about to happen. A teaser horse comes in to get the mare excited.
It's a bait and switch, and the teaser definitely was screwed at birth.
And once the teaser horse does his job, she's ready to go all the way with the Factor. The whole process takes just minutes, and the Factor walks out looking like he could use a cigarette.
The Factor's no strings attached. It's a 2-minute copulation, and he collects 15 grand the second that foal is born.
In other words, George is selling some really expensive horse sperm.
He is a very profitable asset for us because the Factor's going to breed to 150 mares this year.
Let's do the math. 150 mares breeding with a Factor at $15,000 brings in more than $2.2 million. So George is making pretty good money off the Factor. But the owners of this mega stallion are making a mint. This is the #1 stallion in the country. He's standing at Gainesway Farm, also in Kentucky, and his name is Tappet. No kidding. Tappet is tapping it for a stud fee of $150,000 a pop. Even at just 100 mares a year, that's $15 million. His bloodline is one of the most sought after in the horse world. Tappet is pulling in up to $450,000 a day. And experts tell us that this stud could be worth over $50 million.